then the argument becomes, oh, so your uterus determines who you are and decides your fate? Not quite. The fact that a woman has a uterus is because she is a woman. She's a woman first, and that's why she has a uterus, not the other way around.
My name is Sune.
My name is Anna Peckerman.
My name is Mendy Fisher.
I've never met another human being like Rabbi Friedman, who is both so full of wisdom and also knows how to relate to human beings.
Your wisdom has reached our remote location and is having tremendous impact on our lives.
I'm so thankful to Hashem that I was able to meet Rabbi Friedman. Thank you for changing my life.
What's the cure for a fragile ego?
A compliment?
The cure. The cure to a fragile ego is no ego. See, most people say, if you have a fragile ego, you have to build up your ego so that you have a strong ego. You're just exchanging one problem for another. The real solution to a fragile ego is to have no ego. Or less ego, whatever. So the antidote to all ego issues is humility. Too much focus on self will cause problems because you'll either have an inflated opinion of yourself or a distorted negative image of yourself. So if the self becomes the topic, it's murky. It's not a good topic to get involved with. I am whatever I am. The question is, how much good can I accomplish? So why am I constantly thinking about me? Fragile or not fragile, I should not be the topic all the time. But in that story, let's go back to the story for a moment. It sounds like, when I read it, I heard something different. Rivka advises Yaakov to steal the blessings. And he does successfully. But now Esav wants to kill him. So why is Rivka suggesting that he leave town? To find a wife? So she doesn't want to say he's got to get out of town because his brother is going to kill him. So she says, no, he's going to look for a shidduch. He needs to get married, so he should go. Well, why don't you do what Avraham did? Send one of your servants to find him a wife. Why does he have to go? So it seems a little manipulative, no? She doesn't tell her husband that Yaakov is in danger. She finds another reason for him to go to Haran. It is a very healthy thing, by the way. It has nothing to do with ego, actually. In every system, in every group, in every collective life, if you're living with other people, there's got to be where the buck stops. You can't constantly be debating with two equal opinions and you get nowhere. Like in the presidency, the president has veto power. He has to. Otherwise, nothing will ever get accomplished. Now, it could be that the president is not the smartest guy in the room. It's often the case. But it's too bad. If he's the president, he gets veto power. Because better to come to a decision that is not so good than to no decision at all. So if you don't give the president veto power, you might as well not have a government. Just have a debate team and sit around and debate issues. The husband should be recognized or pointed as the final decision, even if it's not his idea. And that, I think, is the wisdom of Rivka. It's her idea. She knows it's a good idea. She knows it's the right thing to do, but she goes to him for his stamp of approval. That's harmony. So a president can have brilliant advisors, and almost everything he does is somebody else's opinion. I think that's the way it works anyway. Every congressman, every senator, you have a staff, they're smart people, they tell you what to say, and you say it and you sound brilliant. The Rebbe would tell women, there's a method, a Socratic method, where you get your opponent to think it was his idea. That is the most convincing way of winning an argument. Because if he thinks it's his idea, well, then he's in 100%. If he agrees with your idea, there's some hesitation. What's happening today is very sad and very painful to watch. And we always worried about losing our Jewish identity. And some people argued that it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Why do you have to identify as a Jew? Let's become citizens of the world and merge with other people, assimilate, and just be good human beings. Why do you have to be Jewish? And that's a very logical argument. You can defend it by saying everybody has to have a group loyalty. It's useful to belong to a group, to identify with, so that you're bigger than just yourself. Okay, yeah, sounds so a little bit useful, but the downside is much stronger. People divide into groups, and inevitably there's going to be conflict. Inevitably there's going to be war. So what's wrong with just blending, fit in to wherever you are? Why do you have to be Jewish? But we found out the hard way, I guess, through experience, we are not choosing to be Jews. Jews are not chosen, they're chosen. We're not doing the choosing. We are chosen. We are given that identity in our DNA. So it's not a question of why would you want to be Jewish? You are Jewish. What are you going to do about it? Same is true with gender. It's not a discussion. You want to be male or you want to be female? You are what you are. And the only way to change that is by massacring yourself. And then who knows what you end up being. So we're told that we're Jews, and we have to find the wisdom and the strength and the dedication to be who we are. If you're male, well then find a way to live it, to do it. If you're female, be who you are and be successful at it. Sometimes it's a challenge. So I think the Jewish experience is a very good model for people who are confused about their gender. If you're confused about your gender, Talk to the Jewish people and find out how we managed to make being Jewish work for us. Because it seems like it was working against us. How do you make being male work for you? How do you make being female work for you? That's wisdom. An operation? That's a carpenter.
Rabbi Friedman, but with that analogy, having being Jewish work for us means really being Jewish, not being Jewish in the name. I mean, realistically, if you're all in, then it works. Because otherwise, we can argue against it. I mean, with the whole Kanye West situation right now, calling Zionists out, which is Jewish, but not really what you mean, as far as I understand being Jewish. So there is also that line I mean, really, what does it mean to be a man today is actually what I would like to ask.
Right. So what you're saying is, if we're going to use being Jewish as a model, then follow the logic. How did Jews make it work for them? By going deeper. Same thing. You're told you're a boy because you play with trucks. You're a boy because physically, biologically, it doesn't convince. It doesn't work. Well, okay, so let's go deeper. There's more to being male than biology. In fact, your body is designed to support your identity. It doesn't give you your identity. So if we were to say, for example, what is a woman? A woman is a creature who can give birth to another human being. Period. And that is an absolutely correct statement because nobody else can. So if you want to define something, you want to identify it, you have to find that which is unique to that being. You can't say women are sensitive. Everybody's sensitive. You can't say men are aggressive. Women can be aggressive. It's not unique. You say men are more aggressive. Maybe, I don't know. It's not a definition. So if you want to know what is a woman, tell me something that only a woman has. And the answer is a uterus. Is that not a fact?
It's a fact.
So then the argument becomes, oh, so your uterus determines who you are and decides your fate? Not quite. The fact that a woman has a uterus is because she is a woman. She's a woman first, and that's why she has a uterus, not the other way around. So God sends a female soul into a female body. What is a female soul? A soul means a mission, the purpose for which you are born. If your purpose is to be female, then you'll have a female body that includes a uterus. If your purpose and mission in life is to be masculine, then you won't have a uterus. So the uterus is simply the proof that this is a woman. It's not what makes you a woman. So now we have to go deeper. If it's not the uterus, then what is it? So, oh, it's the soul. Well, what's a soul? And how do souls get divided into male and female? You would think, logically, a soul should be both male and female. It's a soul. It can do whatever it wants. Because we always think of male and female as determined by the body parts. Well, the soul doesn't have body parts, so why would it be male or female? Why can't it be both? Or optional? As far as the soul is concerned, I can be male, I can be female. Like God. We refer to God as him, but is God really masculine? Not feminine? That's ridiculous. So, in the spiritual world, what does it mean to be male or female? We're going into the spiritual world because we need to go deeper. Body parts is not convincing or satisfying. Just like in a relationship, the intimacy between a husband and wife does not come from body parts. Although they're made for each other, somehow, and this is something we really need to think about, why is there sexual dysfunction? You would think it's a mechanical reality. This is a male body, this is a female body. How can it not work? So obviously, the biology is completely dependent on something deeper and something less physical. So, in overly simplified terms, if the emotions are not matching, then all of a sudden the body parts don't work. This is something that really we should give a lot of thought to, because we think the body parts are real. They're tangible, they're real, they're functional. What's the difference? What you feel, what you want, what you believe. You got the body parts, they fit each other. How could it not work? What's not working? When it doesn't work, it's not, I don't want to be intimate with you. That makes sense. That I can't function. So the body that seems to be so real and so mechanical turns out to be so delicate and so fragile. One nasty word and that's it. The body can't function. So the psychosomatic reality, we've been neglecting it in this area. At any rate, what is it that makes us male or female? Something in our soul. What is a soul? The mission and the purpose for which your soul comes into the world in the first place. If you are given the mission of being the man, then you are given a man's body, a man's mind, a man's temperament, a man's personality, so that you can serve out the purpose for which you exist. If your purpose and mission was to be a female, then you're given a female body with female sensitivities, with a female psyche, a female mind, so that you're equipped to fulfill the mission for which you were created. It's very interesting that these two things, gender dysphoria and existential pain, are the two features in society today that describes who we are and what we're suffering from. It's amazing that they came together. At the same time that I don't know what male or female is, I also don't know why I'm here. I didn't ask to be born. What's the connection between the two? They're really one issue. If I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what it means to be male or female. Because male is originally a mission. Female is a mission. It evolves into different psyches, different bodies, different strengths, different weaknesses, but it all begins with a mission. So if I don't know what my mission is, well, then I don't know anything. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.